What's going on, SC430 community? My name is Henry. Today's episode of Operation Frankenstein, we're going to be doing some engine work. Things that we're going to definitely have to check out is cleaning the throttle body, checking to make sure the timing belt's still good, the serpentine belt is good, ignition coils are good, spark plugs are good, all that yada yada stuff. And then also doing power steering. We're going to flush out the power steering, put new power steering fluid in there, oil change, transmission oil change, brake fluid, you name it. Just the basic things to check or just redo, just so we can have a fresh start on everything. But other than that, that's basically going to be this part of the episode. Shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully don't run into too many issues, but other than that, let's get to it. So I went ahead and took this cover off for the timing belt because this is the easier one to take off compared to this one because of all the extra wiring we got down here. But the thing I found a lot of the wiring harnesses on here, for whatever reason, all those like clips where you have to like push down to pull it out, right? They're all broken, or at least some of them are broken. I think there's another one right here somewhere. Is this one broken? No, that one's not broken yet. This one's broken. So the push clip thingy is broken. This hose is obviously damaged, but that's very common for the SC. One of these hoses doesn't even have the hose clamp on it. Let's see here. I took the throttle body out. Obviously it's covered in garbage. I tried to clean it up a little bit with throttle body cleaner. Looks a little bit better. It was really black earlier, so I'm going to keep that microfiber cloth in there so nothing gets in it. Let's see here. Pulleys are good. I mean, we're good. Still sounds a little funny that it is definitely going bad, but it still spins really well, so the bearing is still okay. Again, with that one, that's not too bad. Things like that. This is the old radiator that's broken. I just kind of had it in here as a placeholder, so we're going to have to replace that. Missing the AC compressor, so we're going to have to put that back in from the other SC430, because this one, I took it out to put in my dad's SC. Water pump, don't think I'm going to be replacing that just because timing belt's fine. It looks like it was somewhat replaced recently. Obviously, definitely has at least like 10,000 miles on it, but I think it should be okay, hopefully. Haven't pulled out the ignition coils yet. I have to do all that yada stuff. So, other than that, I think we will get started by putting in the AC compressor. Alright, so as you can see, the AC compressor is in. I just need to reconnect the hose lines, but I need to replace all the rubber seals. So I'm gonna sift through these. If not, I have some laying around to make sure if I can find one that fits nice and tight. And then this hose line specifically was taken from the other SC. I don't know why it's not here, but it has this one, right? So that's connected already, but it was missing this one that goes up and over underneath. So that's what this one is. So gonna put that in, and then on to showing you the throttle body, and then onto ignition coils and spark plugs. Alright, so hose line is in, this one down there, and then the one that's, so it might be hard to see, right here. You can see shiny nut because I grabbed from the other SC, so this nut goes to something completely different, but exact fit, it looks exactly like the other one, so I was like, yeah, whatever, put it on. And then I decided to put the serpentine belt back on because the belt still looked okay. It's just a little dirty, whatever, don't care. It's still good, no cracks, no severe tears or anything. So put it back in, following this belt routing right here. So, yep, so then now I'll show you what the throttle body looks like. Here is the throttle body. It's a lot cleaner than used to look like it was entirely black. And then this is the gasket, so I'm gonna have to buy a new gasket, which I forgot to do. But yeah, so nice and clean. You want to use throttle body intake cleaner. You don't want to use parts cleaner because it will affect the throttle body when you start the car up. But other than that, we are going to start with getting the ignition coils and spark plugs out, because those will most likely need to be changed. So, taking out the ignition coils and spark plugs. Things look okay. It's not too bad. So, I'm still going to reuse them. But upon doing so, I found out that all the valve cover bolts were not torqued down. Because the one that's right here, you can see where my finger is, that one wasn't even in, it was just sitting there. So just torqued all of them down. I guess they did replace the gasket but never actually bolted anything down. And also noticed, you can see the blue cord for the fuel injectors, it's not even plugged in. I don't know what they're doing, but we're gonna have to double check everything because of all that. Not sure why people get lazy when they're working on the car, so I'm gonna make sure everything's torqued down and plugged in as needed. But yeah, let's keep on going. Alrighty, so I have not put the throttle body back on, so in the meantime I've been fixing the power steering. Reason being because I keep forgetting to get the gasket for it, but I have the gasket now because it's been about a little bit over a week, because it's been super cold and windy anyway, so I haven't been doing much recently. But I had to buy a new power steering hose, as you can see here, so that's going to hit the budget a little bit. Couldn't find one that was still good enough to hold in place without leaking, so this is a brand new hose, so that's going to hit the budget a bit. Unfortunately, I haven't been tracking it, but I'm thinking we are getting really close to the $1,000 budget, so got to be real careful with where we're at now. And then this hose is I'm reusing, but I wasn't able to get the hose all the way up, so I'm going to try it again because it looks like it's still leaking a little bit. But ended up cleaning and flushing out the old power steering with some new ones, and then cleaning the whole reservoir itself, so you can see it's a lot clearer and you can actually see the red tint of the actual fluid itself. So that's brand new fluid. Everything's working right now, but hopefully we can get the engine started today once I put the throttle body gasket, put the throttle body back on, put all the air intake back on, belt is okay, timing belt is okay, and then I need to take this radiator out because this is just a placeholder one. This is a broken one. Put a new radiator in, and then things should be good. Oh, I've also replaced this hose. This hose was bad. I think this is the original one, I believe. Yeah, this is the original one. It's super dry and was getting super loose, so I just cut an extra hose that I happen to have to hold it in place. So this is not a used one from the other SC. And then I think that would be it for the engine. So I think it's time to put everything back together. Alrighty guys, so now I just bled the brakes and refilled it. As you can see, it's at the line now. Alrighty folks, so just finished doing all the fluid changes besides the oil, so I want to make sure the engine runs. I should probably check the oil too to make sure there is oil. But everything is back together. Did check all the fuses out here and on the inside, so those were all good. New batteries in, radiators in, coolant, brake fluid, power steering fluid, transmission oil. Yeah, so moment of truth. Look at that. No engine light. What? No way. Look at that. Okay, so it looks like we got some LED issue or light bulb issue. No problem, but no engine light. Let's go. But we're going to check by using SC430 mods, the OBD2 Bluetooth scanner. Going to be testing this just to make sure it's not like a hidden engine code or something. There you guys have it. We have officially rebuilt or revived Frank here. The engine is running perfectly, good idling, no engine lights whatsoever, no hidden engine lights. The only light that's on there was that one of the signals light bulbs is out, which is not a problem because I haven't even gotten to that point yet. But this is amazing news. I honestly didn't think it was gonna start first try. I mean, the gas has been sitting for over a year, engine hasn't been running for over a year, so didn't think it was gonna work, but here we are. She sounds nice. She's a little bit noisy, but that's because she's, you know, it's been a while, and it smells really bad because it needs to shoot out all the dust and junk that's been sitting in there, and from me dealing with the power steering spilling a little bit here and there, so it's burning it off on the exhaust or whatever it is touching that's hot. But it's been pretty good so far. See, as you can see, we got a good idle right now. There's the mileage officially, 151,216. And then we still got about half a tank. So obviously we're gonna have to put in new gas once I get this puppy on the road. But right now I am letting the car warm up to optimal temperature. So that's about 180 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit to make sure that the fans kick on. And then that makes sure that the water pump and the radiator's working together, right? Getting all the fluids into the engine to cool it down, and then top off the radiator reservoir. But other than that, the next step would be to start working on the inside, making sure the convertible works, putting everything back on the outside as well to make her roadworthy. And yeah, still got a couple things to do here and there. Some that I finished in other episodes and some that I didn't. Like disc brakes, for example, because we ran into this guy. Got this spring sticking out. That's not good. So we're gonna have to fix that. Gonna clean up the rotors, and then I need to start getting prepared to get paint and whatnot. But other than that, thank you guys for watching another episode of Operation Frankenstein, and I will see you in the next one.